Last time, on the Language of Magic, the Emerald Scale did a little exploring in the town of Nevelton. They visited the outfitters and stocked up on some potions and a few other odds and ends. They made a quick stop into the marketplace where Darren found some trinket gifts for the party. And soon after, they purchased 2 nights at the Laughing Dragon, renting one of their, quote, deluxe suites. When Simon opened the door to the suite, he caused the interior to change to what he would desire, which is a large, subterranean-looking room illuminated with glowing mushrooms from the ceiling and giant shag carpet beanbags for the group to sink into, with some anthropomorphic, wide-eyed kitten servants serving up mushroom chowder. After the group settled in for a bit, they continued on to Copper's End, where they met with Remington. And eventually, Remington led the group to the wall to the inner city. He resumed his illusion, returning the group to an appearance where they all looked similar to him. And he showed Darren the place on the wall where he could essentially prick his finger to cause a concealed door to open. Doing so, door opened up, and the group went into this closed passage. And after going in just a little bit, found that they were inside this uncomfortable necrotic aura that began to harm them, getting worse every round. The group moved through to this passageway until they found a locked door and found a room behind it with a copper-coated floor to it. Bolts of electricity rising up from the floor, mostly towards the ceiling, could be seen, and a gem on a far wall was glowing that they could see from the door. They tried to damage it several times without any success, and eventually moved into this room. And within it, they found a large creature made of stitched together pieces of flesh and machinery. And we'll pick it up there in the middle of this passageway.
So I need to sign in to the things. I forgot to do that 'cause I was talking to you guys.
By all means.
Like I'm missing a key step here.
Hey, Theater of the Mind also works. I'll control your hit points. Uh, just to kind of refresh specifically for Tango here, as I said, you guys had traveled through this tunnel. You've all been taking necrotic damage, and it seems to be getting worse and worse. You can peer around the corner, and you'll see this little glowing green gem that the group identified. And Arcus, upon moving in, made an Arcana check, recognizing that it most likely would respond to necrotic or acid damage. He was moving in to use one of his abilities, Chill Touch. He and Phalar moved into the room, and at the top of this round, or at the bottom of the round, they took electricity damage, not necrotic damage, while the group took the necrotic damage that was outside. Other things to note as far as tactics-wise, the necrotic aura is suppressing healing. You cannot gain temporary hit points with this necrotic aura, and any healing that you receive is halved. With that, you all have just taken your damage, and it's very rude. And we have it over to Parsnip. Let's go ahead and adjust this back to something a little more appropriate. No. This is what we're looking for. Parsnip, you lead off this round. The group has just discovered that there is this flesh golem or form of a flesh golem inside. You heard it called out. A couple of the group have gone in. You're still in that necrotic aura. What do you wish to do?
I guess I'll go in the room.
As you step in, you can feel this bit of kind of electricity coursing through you ever so slightly, as if it's like you've put your hand on I forget what they're called, but not a Tesla coil, but the little crystal ball with the electricity on it. You can kind of feel it running through you. Since you're the first player character to walk in and be stepping onto the ground, since Valar is floating just a little bit.
Okay. Um, I'm going to move to there. And I'm going to cast on myself.
All right.
And heal myself for 13. And that'll be my turn.
All right, Tango. You've heard the situation. Let me know what you'd like to do.
I just have a couple clarifying questions here since I wasn't here last week.
Of course.
I see I am down a fair few hit points at the moment. Just wanted to make sure those are accurate.
They should be. I didn't use any of your. I used absolutely none of your resources, none of your abilities. So if it would have made sense, you had about 3 rounds where you were taking damage. So if you wanted to use anything like a second wind during that time that you would have been able to control, you're more than welcome to kind of retroactively do that.
That's all good. That was kind of my next question, was if you'd use resources, but it looks like everything's checked off except for like telekinetic movement, if that was used.
Nope, it was not.
Okay. And click that on and keep marching forward. Okay. Try and get up next to Darren. Have a look here. I'm gonna try and get right up next to this guy. And just start trying to calm him down. I don't know who you are or what you're doing here, but eat sword.
Uh-huh. Oh, before you attack, that's Remington.
Oh. Okay, let's not do that.
Yeah, sorry, I had a little window over your token, so I assumed you had moved towards the column.
Gotcha. Okay, that's 30 feet. So that's. You described the floor here has some sort of like electricity that it seems to attract to where we're standing on it.
There's electricity flowing throughout this entire room. Little bursts here and there. It stretches all the way up towards the ceiling. The effect that's in the room is just it's just an effect. And as I mentioned, it feels as you step into it like a little bit of static electricity kind of pulsing through your entire body.
Okay. Well, that tickles. So I'll go ahead and use a bonus action to do a psi-powered leap. Give me a fly speed equal to twice my speed. So try and jump over this guy if there's enough room.
There is. The ceilings are a little taller in here. They're about 12 feet tall. And this creature takes up about 10 feet of it. So you can kind of hop over its shoulder. It's a tight fit, but it's your athletics get you there.
Hell yeah. I would make it. A couple swings as I leap over him. So we'll call that first swing there. Not sure why disadvantage is turned on.
With your disadvantage from that attack, because it caught you by surprise so much, you easily hit.
Gotcha. I forgot to click on Psionic Strike, but I will add that. So I'll have to roll that damage separately.
Right, and
Extra 7
Yep.
force.
all right, it takes full damage from everything.
Excellent. Since I use Psionic Strike, I'll use my telekinetic thrust to try and knock it prone.
All right, and that is a strength save.
Yes.
16.
Meets it, beats it. Okay. I'll just go and swing it a second time.
Yep, still easily connects. As you kind of sink into this, it's really weird. You've cut many things with your sword. The flesh, as you're cutting through it, is very pliable and soft. But then, as you kind of are connecting with where you would expect bone and other sorts of things to be, it feels much harder than what you would kind of expect. Kind of slightly deflecting your blade and so forth. You still do the full damage, but this is clearly something just unnatural.
You're an abomination. Just to double check, is there a reason I have disadvantage clicked on, or should I not?
You shouldn't. Actually, I think maybe one round I had you stealthing and you're in armor, but yeah, you don't have disadvantage for any particular reason.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks. That'll be it for Tank.
All right, has Darren been able to join us yet? No. So what is Darren going to do? Well, clearly he's going to go in and engage with the monster because that's what he does. Open up his character sheet. I'm going to do it simple. And I'll just have him swing twice. We'll keep the one-handed version.
DM, for that strength saving throw, did you detract the 1d4 for Bane?
I did not track the 1d4 for Bane, so it would have been
Sorry.
a minimum of 15. And so he would have actually fallen prone at that point.
Sorry, I had myself muted.
No problem. So he is currently prone, but as you can see, Darren rolled double crits anyways, and then followed up with a second crit. Oh wait, the second one? No. Wait, the second one? Yeah.
It's showing disadvantage. But...
Yeah, so we know what Darren does with this, right?
He's gonna smite. He's gonna be so mad he missed this. I like how you rolled the crit for
roll
him.
20s. Yeah.
So disappointing for him.
Poor guy. Okay, so he's going to do.
To go back and watch.
Screenshot of that and just put it in the chat for him.
Okay, so this is a plus. So that's 45 bludgeoning damage, and he does his crits, or he does his smites. Let's find the smite here. Okay, he will do a divine smite. Let's see. That's the. Wait, did that work? Okay, yep. Radiant is 8 for first level 1, and then it would do 2. He'd do a level 3, so we'll do it again because that's an additional 2d8. Okay, so that's then 15. So 15 there, plus the crit, which is another 40. So 55 plus. Okay.
We just need to all clap for Darren. This is his best round ever.
So Darren walks in. I'll save you guys. And he goes up and just bashes into this creature. And as soon as he connects with it, this radiant energy explodes out from his shield and ricochets all throughout the creature. It is well beyond bloodied edge. You see cracks form all throughout its fleshy skin. The metallic parts of it glow with this radiant energy for just a moment and kind of almost create these radiant sparks off of it.
What was the total damage there, DM, so we can let Sheems know how good he is when he's not here?
Oh crap! I didn't do the second time, sir. So it was 29 plus the 16 was 45, and then it was 32 for that, so 77, and then the other two smites were the 15, so 92.
Thanks.
Dying over here. Wow.
I actually reduced them only by 90. Darren goes up and does his best strikes ever. And this creature just kind of cocks its head and looks at him and goes,
He's losing his mind in the chat, by the way.
Phalar, what do you wish to do?
I'm going to float over and cast Vampiric Touch.
Okay, go ahead. Let's see. Is there an attack check on that? Is that the 21?
Let me look.
I believe it's the 21. Yes, it is. Yes, you go up there and with no effort whatsoever, you just brush your hand or your foot forward and are able to connect with this creature.
Do I get any of the healing or not in this room?
You regain. Oh, inside this room, you'll regain your the full hit points. The necrotic aura is not affecting you inside of here.
Okay, gotcha. Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna give Arcus I'm gonna give you Bardic Inspiration, and then I'm gonna kick this fleshy creeper.
If he's prone, wouldn't a physical touch spell, wouldn't a touch spell be an advantage?
It is. Fail if you want to roll again to see if you crit.
Sorry, not to be that guy, but
I do not.
Great
But
finish.
good to know. Yeah. All right, I'm looking for my dance move. There we go.
Oh, and I forgot to do the part you all hear as Vaylor's doing the kick. Darren's going.
So 26, I imagine hit.
The 26 does connect.
The first one. I think it's going to send it twice. So 8.
Okay, and you connect and hit well.
Okay, and that's it for me.
This creature went from looking pretty damn healthy to very wounded. It looks around. It was about to grab hold of Tango. But yeah, with all of that Darren did to it, he's going to go ahead and attempt to slam Darren. He's going to stand up first, use half his movement. You see 24. Even with shield, you guys will remember Darren does not have his armor on right now. He's dressed in regular clothes, so his AC is substantially less. So that will.
But he does have mage armor.
He does have mage armor, but the 13 for that minus his dex plus even if he used his shield plus shield,
Gotcha.
it's going to be under 24.
Even if he uses... Oh, wait, that's right. You said shield. Never mind. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm calculating his shield, the mage armor, and him casting the shield spell wouldn't be able to do it. So...
I'll do some of that with a reaction with a protective field.
All right, go for it. All right, you reduce it by 8. As he slams into him, he automatically grapples Darren, and you see him pick him up by the shoulder and look around, and he just flings Darren over towards Arcus. I don't take much damage. Arcus, if you could make a dexterity saving throw for me, DC 18. Otherwise, you will take 12 points of damage. All right. Darren and Arcus are both slammed towards the ground, each taking 12 points of damage. As in apparent anger, this golem creature has thrown Darren. Arcus, quick recap for you. Obviously, you can see this room that you are in. It has these copper coils towards the bottom of the ground. It's sending electricity all throughout the air. You peered around the corner after several people have attempted to damage this green gem over in the corner, and with a very successful Arcana check, deduced that all the damage that people are trying to do to it is likely because it's immune to most everything. But you believe that poison or necrotic, I think I mentioned too last time, acid, poison, or necrotic damage would be capable of interacting with that gem. And last round, I had you moving towards it, expecting to cast Chill Touch. But you can do whatever you want. It is your turn.
Okay. What about a Dispel Magic? Did my Arcana check tell me anything about that?
You have a pretty high Arcana check, and you're not sure. It's a little bit strange the way that it's been reacting to other things. It's you would guess that there are some sort of abjurations that have been put on it. The fact that arrows have hit it, radiant shields have hit it, and that didn't affect it.
Okay. Well, I think Tango and Phalar can handle the golem. So I'll stand up. Move towards it, and yeah, I like this plan. Chill touch.
All right, you go ahead and make an attack check. Don't roll a 1. You don't have any problem whatsoever. You reach out and you touch it, and you pass a little necrotic energy into it. You see this jewel that's kind of just slightly sticking out of the wall, right at about 5 feet high. It doesn't shatter, it doesn't seem to be damaged by it, but this glow that's in it seems to fade ever so slightly. You believe that it's been deactivated. However long, you're not sure, but it is currently an inactive gem on the wall.
Okay. I guess mechanically, I can't telekinetically shove Darren to his feet, eh?
No, that's
Like I can't push him up. That's fine.
I would probably allow if somebody was above you for you to push them upwards, but not raise them with that shove.
Fair enough. Okay. I think that's turn then.
All right, over to Simon.
DM, am I still at exhaustion level 4, or did we retcon and say it'll be at exhaustion level 2?
Let's go with 3 at this exact moment, and then Phalar can use that spell on you if they want to afterwards.
Okay. Perfect. Simon's going to move his max feet, which is 10 feet. See the monster? Go. All right. And just cast magic missile, because I don't have to roll for that. At 2nd level.
All right.
And it did not cast, so hold on real fast, boss. Why did you not do it? You took my 2nd level spell. Okay. It did it at 1st level. Why did it do that? Alright, it's gonna cast it in. It should be an extra dart. Why did I do detect magic? Y'all, I cannot win today. Hold on. Simon's just exhausted, and he meant to cast magic missile, but he actually cast detect magic.
I believe it. He's sleepy.
Yeah, he an EP boy. Yeah, it's still not going through.
You just roll the dice.
Okay. Yeah. Second. There we go. 374, 1d4. So 8 damage plus an extra 1 damage, extra 4 damage. So 12 damage total.
All right.
And that is force damage.
Yep. Yeah, pepper him with the force damage. It just collides with him in his back as he's currently kind of looking between Tango and Phalar. Anything else for Simon?
No, that's Simon is tapped out. Actually, Simon will use a bonus action and drink a potion because he's in the room now, I think.
You are. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
At this point now, Remington will go. and you see him kind of look to the group, have this expression on his face that's probably a bit much, and he goes, "Ah, my Remy's, the Silver Nuggets are taking down this horrific abomination, and a thank you to," and he thinks for a moment, "Maeve for this shot," as he puts his finger and takes a shot at the golem. Didn't mean to do it that way. Not bad damage. 2 shots on the creature, and it is incredibly wounded by that. It seems to be just teetering back and forth. At the end of the round, electricity fills the room for the briefest of moments. Everyone takes 12 points of electricity damage that's in this room. The creature seems to be revived ever so slightly by this electricity as it passes through it. Again, it looks towards Tango as if it's ready to slam on him. But with that, it's back up to Parsnip.
DM Bane dropped.
Ah, okay.
I'm gonna take a shot with my bow.
Go for it. A 15 will hit.
And charge.
All right. You connect with it and hit. You collide with him, and as you do, you just some flesh just sort of torn off, sloughs down onto the ground, and you see this metallic. It looks like a skeleton underneath it, kind of sitting there, and this creature seems to just go inert as most of its body just kind of hangs limplessly there, hangs limply there.
That's me.
All right. Tango, you're up.
Wait, is it dead? Did we kill it? It's not moving.
I think so, but we got to get out of here.
Should I hit it once just to make sure? No, I'll take a swing at it.
I think if it takes more lightning, it'll revive, maybe.
You easily connect with it. You slash it, and again, some of it kind of just sort of sloughs off as you carve a bit of muscle off of it. It doesn't respond to it in any way. It's basically inert at the moment.
Okay. Do we just keep moving, or Do we try and disable this stuff? I don't even know where we are, to be honest.
You are currently passing through the wall into the inner city of Nettleton.
Okay. Well, nobody answered, so I see a door, and Tango is going to run for it. And
you run over to the door and you go to put your hand on it. It doesn't have a padlock. It seems to have a fairly intricate lock built into this sturdy door.
okay. I'm going to take one look at it, just shrug it for a second, half a second, and then swing at the door. May as well make use of that second attack.
Even with a nat 1, you're not going to miss the door. Your blade connects with it, and you get significant resistance behind it. Even with your magically imbued sword, you see the tiniest little nick in the door. It's going to take you substantial time to try to damage it enough with weapons.
Oh, okay. We need a tinker over here. And I'm just going to use a bonus action to second wind and end my turn.
Good roll. All right, Darren will stand up. And he's going to move it towards the center of the room. Is there anything anybody wants Darren to do?
I just want him to crit again.
Okay. He will throw his shield towards the creature. Just in case. Let's see here. I think he has True Strike. Because that would be appropriate. Holy cow, he's got a lot of interesting things here. All right, he just throws it this way. Doesn't quite crit, but he does hit with it, and then it recalls the shield to his hand. Again, the creature doesn't seem to move.
I really wanted that to be a crit. He would have killed us.
That would have been hilarious. Anything else anybody wants Darren to be doing?
Maybe he should like carry Simon since Simon can barely move.
He'll go in. He'll start running over towards Simon as if to pick him up next round. Thaler, what are you doing?
I am flying over to Simon, and I'm going to boop him on his nose real quick. With a greater restoration boop.
I am so sorry that you have to blow your 5th level.
It's okay. That's what it's there for. That's why I took that spell.
Typically for Simon.
Exactly. Okay, and then so if I touch the ground, do I get electrocuted, or was that just when people come in? Since I haven't touched the ground.
You were taking the electric damage when everyone else took it. It's just that when you step on the ground, you kind of feel it coursing through you a little bit. But yeah, you've been getting zapped no matter how high you fly.
Okay, gotcha. Then let's see. That's my fly. I'll just head towards the door, and that'll be it for me.
Okay. Creature remains inert. Arcus, you're up.
I will also head towards the door, but I will ready an action to attack the golem if he comes back to mobile.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll just have we done anything like? Do we know if fire does better or worse against this thing or anything like that? Do we know anything?
You have seen the electricity in the room revive the creature or heal the creature, but you haven't seen anything be more effective than not.
Okay, I'll just ready like firebolt if he
Okay,
starts to move.
you're ready a firebolt. Simon, what do you wish to do?
Simon's gonna dash 40 feet. Or maybe he'll just move up to Darren. Yeah, he'll do that. So he'll move his full 20 movement of feet. And then I see this red gem. And so we saw there's a red gem over here, right? And there's a green gem over here. Arcus modified this one, right?
Yep, he went up and touched that one with some necrotic energy, and it seemed to power down, so to speak.
Okay. Hey, Arcus, there's more gems in this room. Can we see if the same like magic effects will disable them as well? And that will be my action.
Right. Anything else for Simon?
No, he is pretty tapped.
Okay. Remy's going to go. He's like, aha! And now we flee! Come! Oh, drat, it's locked. New round. Everyone takes 13 lightning damage in the room, and you see the creature's head, which is sagged down, pick back up and start looking around. Arcus, your ready action can go off, but first, you need to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 10, to maintain that concentration you had on your firebolt, and then once you make that, you can fling it off. Yeah, no problem. It's easy to hold on to. You were ready for this little zap to hit you. And go ahead and roll that firebolt attack. And your firebolt, you just like you're about to fire it off, and that electricity messed you up just enough that you kind of tilt your arm to the side, and it smashes into the wall. Fortunately, even the natural one will miss in this case. Top of the initiative order, I'll let everybody go ahead and make a perception check. DC is 15 if you're looking around the room.
Visual.
It is visual. Mm-hmm. Okay, you all all right. Most of you notice the Arcus. You actually hear it. I'll give it to you in this case. But the rest of you, you notice a couple of things. Just like Simon called out, there are 3 other glowing gems in the room. Arcus, you can hear the hum of them ever so slightly off from the rest of them. Others of you, as you look back towards the creature as it's lifting up its head, you realize that kind of sticking out of its flesh, sort of around its neck, as it was like caught between some of these carved up muscles, is a key that's dangling around their neck. Portion of Europe.
I'll whack him twice.
Okay.
Or maybe just once.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage. Hold on, I am locked up for just a moment. Yeah, with your additional critical hit, you bring your staff around and you just clobber this creature way above you, right in the head, and you see part of its face just kind of fly off towards the side, and it seems to go inert again.
I'll use my second attack to try and grab the key.
Okay. No problem at all. You kind of do a tiny little hop, jump up, and grab hold of the key. A piece of leather kind of is holding it on, wrapped around its neck, and you tear off that key.
And then I'll move to the door.
Okay. All right. And
I got the key.
with that, over to you, Tinkle.
Is this person running towards me with the key in his hand? Would I be able to reach out and ask him for it, grab it from him?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Nice work, person. That was an incredible hit, as always. Let's see if this works. And I'll try and use it in the door.
Go for it. The door goes in, and you hear this. You hear a fairly complex click, 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 click inside the door as it opens.
Nice. I'm assuming that's an action to open a locked door.
I'd say, yeah. You used like a utilize action, and you could open it as like your free object interaction.
Perfect. Open it and step through.
You step through and immediately feel that that this necrotic aura outside of this room that just feels nasty.
All right. I'll just call that back. It feels necrotic in here again. This place is trying to kill us. And I'll maybe use the rest of my movement speed. There. And EOT.
All right. What do you guys want Darren to do? How about this? He picks up Simon. That's his object interaction.
Run for the door.
I'd say head for the door.
I think he can get to right here. I'm not going to block everybody else, so you guys choose. I can put Darren in the doorway, or I can have him sitting right in here.
That's good, I think.
All right, over to Phalar.
All right. Did Tango go in?
He passed through the door.
He went in the door, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And you too, now you feel that necrotic aura inside.
Okay, give me one moment. Let's see. I'm just gonna hold an action and attack if I see something, I think.
Okay. So how are you going to attack?
Starry Wisp. I will shoot at what I see.
Okay, so if you see a hostile creature, you're going to start concentrating on Starry Wisp, and we'll cast it if you see a hostile creature.
Yes. And that'll be it for my turn.
Okay. Golem remains inert. Arcus.
can't be right. Movement dash. And if I can I bonus action who's next person? Can I bonus action pull Darren towards the door? Or will that block the door?
I mean, like, you want to telekinetically pull him 5 feet closer? Yeah, he would just slow everybody else down if you. I mean, you,
Okay, yeah.
you,
Then
you
I don't want to do that.
can, but yeah. I mean, it would slow people down by 5 feet. They just become difficult terrain.
Yeah, that's okay. End of turn.
All right, Simon.
Can I determine if this gym, because we're gonna have to come back through here, right? Potentially. Can I determine if this gym is the same, like, if I use the same type of magics that Arcus used earlier, if it would disable it?
Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. -4 to Arcana, so I have a +1. An 11.
That's fine. The DC is fairly low since you already saw one get affected. You look at it and you don't think the same elemental types would do it. It probably would react to different types of damage, though.
Okay. And that was my action, I'm assuming.
It's not quite a full action, so I mean, it depends on what you want to do.
Fire a firebolt off? Just a little cantrip?
That's fine. Go ahead.
At this guy and see if it'll work?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Don't roll a 1.
Well, if I do, good news is Parsnip is in the way.
I like the way you think.
Yeah. You know what's funny is I actually don't have Firebolt. But I do have Sorcerer's Burst, which I can make fire. So I will do that. Rolled a 1. You jinxed me, DM.
Y'all see Simon? Whoosh. And this is a little ball of fire lobs and on the ground in front of it.
I give up. He's going to move. I think that was... How many feet was that? That was 10 feet. He's going to move through. And there we go.
Okay. Ramdico 10 goes, Yes! Yes, my silver nuggets! Let us continue! As he charges forward. New round. Okay. Let's see. 2 rounds inside. So now we are down to 2. So those on the outside. So Tango, Remington, Simon, Phalar, and Arcus are all going to take 5 points of necrotic damage. Whereas
You round
Parsnip,
up or down for resistance, DM.
it'd be down.
Yeah.
Whereas Darren and Parsnip are going to take 11 points of lightning damage. And you'll see that Golem's head kind of raise back up and start looking around. Feller, if you're able to see the Golem, you'd see its head move and you'd be able to get your spell off, but you still have to make that DC 10 Constitution save to maintain that concentration.
Okay. And yes, I can see him. So let's see here. Let's start with the con save.
So you go out there and just as you're thinking about getting ready to turn to fling your magic, that necrotic entering your lungs, it throws you off.
And just for fun, let's see.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see if you crit it, aren't you?
I am, yeah, but I got a 24. Not bad.
Pretty close. Parsnip, you're up.
Cast on myself.
All right, good healing.
And then I will click my heels as a free action and haul ass.
All right. Anything else for Parsnip? Assuming not.
That's it.
All right, back to Tango.
Wait for me. Try and start racing Parsnip. Movement there. Action dash. I think that's gonna be it.
Simple enough. Darren, I'm going to give him a chance here. We'll give him a chance. Okay. He's not smart enough to quite recognize that he should probably heal himself inside of this room. So he's going to turn, and he's going to try to crit on the golem again. Throws a shield. 21. He hits. The creature goes inert again. And he really can't pass everybody, so he comes down here into the hall. Unless there's anything else that anybody wants Darren to do.
Close the door.
Oh, okay, guys. He closes the door. Phalar.
Yes. I've been hovering now. I'll actually use my walking speed.
All right.
And then I think for my action, I'm just gonna do a perception check to see if like I can get any inclination of what's up ahead that Tango can probably already see.
Okay, go ahead and make that perception check.
Nailed it.
You listen carefully, and you hear behind you, just from a moment ago, a slight echo of a door closing.
What? What's that? Right, that's it for me.
All right, Arcus.
Do we fit too wide in this hallway, or is it like difficult terrain to get past these two guys?
It's intended to be 10 feet wide.
Okay.
Yes, I did not align it to the grid as well as I should have.
I'm gonna float in a wall. It's fine.
Movement dash. End of turn.
All right, Simon.
I'm going to move 15 feet this way and 5 feet this way and dash 20. And that's as far as Simon can get.
All right. Remington. Ah, thank you, my little Remmies. I couldn't have done it without you. Nor could our silver nuggets. Here we go. And he charges forward with the rest of you. Oh, ignore that. Oh, nice. You guys just take 4 points of necrotic damage this round. As we are back to Parsnip.
I will holler back that we have 2 passages to the north. Hmm. I'll stop right there.
Okay. Over to Tango.
So we've kind of stopped at this corner here. I see Parsnip run ahead, call out that there's a couple passengers to the north. And look back at the group behind me and go, right, Simon, come on, buddy. You gotta keep up. I'm going to take 10 feet of movement backwards. Then I'm going to use a magic action to use telekinetic movement, if Simon is willing, to move him 30 feet closer to me.
Even if Simon wasn't willing, he has no energy to fight back.
So move you up to 30 feet, so I think I can get you right beside me, unless there's not enough room here since I'm beside
That's
you.
fine. That's fine. It's Simon.
True.
He a tiny boy.
So I'll pull you there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And I still have.
You'll just hear like a tiny lackluster wee.
That's the spirit. So 20 feet here, 10 feet there to use the last bit of my movement and wait for the others.
All right. Darren's going to go. Darren's going to hotfoot it. Oh, wait for me, guys. And he will run up. Simon, you should be up 30 feet, right?
Yeah. Oh, I thought he moved me. Okay, I'm sorry. There we go.
Phalar.
Perfect.
All right. We decided which direction we're going. Fantastic.
Flip a coin.
Okay. I'm gonna go dash, I think, and move back to where I was. That got me a whole bunch of nothing. That's it for me.
All right. Arcus, go ahead and make it a perception check with advantage. Uh, 15. You hear coming down from the south below you this as it seems like there's a couple of hits that go against the door, and then you hear this as it appears that a door is opening down to the south.
We gotta go, guys.
Arcus, you're up.
Oh, we're all just standing here. Movement dash. Sorry, I'll go movement. Bonus action. Pull Simon towards me 5 feet. Telekinetically shove Simon towards me. And then dash.
Okay.
EOT.
Sleepy Simon, you're up.
I feel like Simon should just be called Ping Pong.
I love that you're just getting bunted around down here.
Yeah, like pinball or ping pong ball or whatever it is. So there's 15 feet of movement. Which way are we going, guys? Oh, I guess we're going this way.
Yeah, don't go that way.
All right, so it's 15 feet. Here's another 5 feet of movement. And that's... Wait. I can do another 20 feet. Okay. There we go. Okay. And that'll be it.
All right. Double checked Remy's abilities here. Oh, forgot he had that. Ah! He's going to he's running down the hall, and he stops for just a moment, does a small pose. He goes, and this refreshing step is thanks to Tomas, as he seems to step through this this mist for a second and appear a little bit up. And he actually heals just a little tiny bit. He heals for 3. And then he dashes. Come in, Silver Nuggets, we're almost home free. As he turns the corner, and there seems to be more. Everyone takes 11 points of necrotic damage this round.
Oof. Simon might not make it, y'all.
Parsnip, you're up.
Keep running.
Parsnip, as you cut around the corner here, you do notice something a little unusual. Several potted plants just kind of up here in the corner, all a little bit odd. Large frond-like leaves that are all a red color that even in this darkness you're able to make out with your dark vision.
Okay. Say they're in pots.
They appear to be in pots. They're like, decent sized potted plants, so various sizes from like a fern to like a tiny palm tree.
I'll pick up a tiny one and take it with me.
Okay. That it for Parsnip?
Yeah, that's it for me.
All right. Tango, you're up.
I'm just gonna keep moving. Necrosis is starting to tingle. So I'll do a full dash to get there. And that'll be it.
All right. Darren's going to go. All right. He's going to, as a bonus action, so I know he would do this at this point. Where is that emanation? Simon, you take 3 points of healing as Darren will hit you with it from behind. And he continues the run. Phalar, you're up.
All right. I give Simon 11 hit points.
Look at 6.
The word is "don't die." That's the healing word today.
Don't forget to take care of yourself too.
Is that the potted plants up at the top, the red that you were talking about, or is that something else?
That's it. Those are the potted plants.
Okay. Do they just look like plants? Is there anything other than plant-like?
They look like plants, both to you and Parsnip. It's not like any plant you've ever seen before. A best way I can describe it is again kind of large leaves, ferns, almost like a mini palm trees in the firm size until they get a little bit larger. Large red leaves. Nothing like you've ever seen in the Underdark. You're not familiar with it.
Okay. I'm gonna just shoot a starry wisp at it, then kind of one of them or whatever.
Okay. You launch a starry wisp over towards them, and it connects. It sizzles up against it, and you see that your spell has an effect on it. You've damaged the plant, but you can also just tell innately that these appear to have at least a little bit of abjuration on them to keep them protected against magical damages. It doesn't seem to have like a full effect that you would expect.
Okay. I will end my turn.
All right. You all hear this echo through the hall, and this coming from the south. The footsteps are very slow, though. Arcus?
Hmm. Oh, I think we can go faster than the golem, so I won't worry about slowing him down yet. Movement. Dash. Sorry, movement, telekinetically pull Simon along a bit farther and dash to there.
All right. Sleepy Simon.
Sleepy Simon is going to move 20 feet here. And then 20 feet here. And what do I have? That'll be it.
All right. Remember he's going to go. Just move Dago out of the way. Remy's going to go. Thank you for this fresh step to Robert. Oh, no. Not that, Robert, folks. As he takes another kind of what appears like a misty step. In which case he will then zoom over towards Parsnip.
So even he knows about Bob or Robert.
And he gets just a little bit of healing back. And at the end of his turn, good news. You guys have capped out the amount of necrotic damage you can take each round. You guys take 11 points of necrotic damage. Feels like it's fully saturated your lungs and isn't getting any worse, at least. Parsnip, you're up.
Sorry, I blanked out there. We're taking 11 points of necrotic damage?
Yep.
Okay.
Parsnip, as soon as you reach this point here, you suddenly breathe easy, and you no longer feel like your lungs are filling up with this necrotic aura as you cough just a little bit, and you feel this kind of sickly air come out. You no longer feel like you're affected by the aura.
Yay. Come on, there's no aura up here.
About 15 feet north of you up there, you do see another door. It seems like it's similar to the door that you entered in towards the southern end, that it's the back end of a wall.
Okay. Can I open it?
As you run up towards it, go ahead and make a perception check. You look around and you don't see a handle or anything like that, but then the faintest little thing, you kind of knew what to look for. You see another one of those little needles kind of poking up out of like a cinder block almost. It's very similar to the one that Darren was able to utilize to open the door previously.
Okay. I'll try and use it. Why not?
Sure. You touch your finger to it. It prickles up. You don't really take any damage. But you see a little blood come out. It seems to kind of go over the needle, and you watch, you didn't necessarily catch this before, but now you're looking very closely at it, and it's like the needle kind of absorbs this little drop of blood, but you don't see any other reaction besides that.
Well, I guess I'm not one of the noble family. I'll wait for the rest of them to catch up.
All right, Tango, you're up.
Right. Do I reduce any movement going through Feeler and Arcus here?
I think you're fine to kind of use your athletics to skirt by without worrying about it. It's intended to be this 10-foot wide hall.
Right. Okay. 30 feet there. I hear Parsnip calling out fresh air. So I start coughing and hacking and wondering if this is what it's like for those people who smoke pipes all the time. And I'll actually dash. Can't actually see around the corner here. That's as far as I can get this round. So that's it for me.
All right. Darren's gonna go. He's lagging behind you guys. Trying to remember if his wings give him more speed or not. Trying to find them. He's got so many things, guys.
I think it's
He loves a complicated character sheet.
Yeah.
Celestial Revelation, I think it's called.
Okay, there it is. There goes the chest rails for 1 minute. This is, of course, it has to be long.
Jesus.
Heavenly Wings. Equal to your speed. Okay, so it doesn't speed him up at all. Okay, he'll keep running. And he'll give Simon a little, just kind of bump into him with his shoulder to give him that extra 5 feet. Failure, you're up. Actually, seeing how bad Simon is, I know Darren would do this. He'll use the last of his healing light. 2 more d6. Where is that? Gosh damn, Darren. Why you make this so hard? So 2 and 3. They take 9. Now, Phalar.
Right. As I was walking by, I'm gonna boop Simon on the nose again. And wait for my things to roll. So 13, so I imagine half of that.
Simon gets 7 healing back.
I feel so loved right now, y'all.
So if I do a potion as my action, I get the full thing minus the half.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. Use a potion of superior healing then. Oh, I guess I don't need to roll it then, do I? That's never mind. Ignore that.
Nope, you take the big one. And anything else for Phalar?
Yeah, that'll be it. I'll heal for 20, which will hopefully keep me alive long enough to get out of here.
All right. You all hear this coming from a good distance away. Arcus?
Movement bonus action, pull Simon towards me. Dash. End of turn.
All right. Sleepy Simon. If you're talking,
I just
Simon, we can't
realized
hear
I'm
you.
muted. God bless. All right. Can Simon telekinetically grab Darren and move him 5 feet towards him just to kind of help pull him along?
You pull.
All right. And then can I also, as a free action, grab one of these small potted plants?
Sure.
Okay. He's going to grab a plant, and then he's going to use his action and continue his movement along the way.
Right.
Do. Cool.
Remington's going to go. Almost there, silver nuggets. Oh, yes. Sir Parsnip, wait, hold on. He takes his hand and he spins back. He does like the spiral with his finger, and then he looks up again at his little scrying sensor. You are correct, Nugget 6. It is fresh air here. Whew. Good thing you guys did that healing. 13 points of necrotic damage this round. Anyone still in it?
Oh, I thought you said we maxed the damage out. Oh, the number of dice. Gotcha.
Yep, 44. Parsnip, you are out of the damage and up there towards the edge. What do you wish to do?
I cast on myself.
All right.
Heal back some.
You get the full effect of your healing when you're getting close to the door here.
Then I'll wait for everybody else.
All right. Tango.
The thought of fresh air pull me forward. There. And there. Am I still in the... does it feel fresher here?
Parsnip's right at the edge of it. Like, you can, I think Remington's holding his hand out right at the edge of the aura here.
Okay, and I can see a door up there, though.
Yeah, it's about 15 feet beyond the edge of the map.
Gotcha. I'll use an action to dash and just going to try and, like, shoulder slam myself into the door.
Okay, you're charging forward. You hit it hard enough. Do you think that if you weren't just a little bit exhausted from having to sprint and hit it harder, you might have hurt yourself, but it doesn't seem to react.
Gotcha. But it does feel fresher up here, yeah.
You feel fresh air.
Right, so I'm going to take a huge, deep breath, and as a bonus action, it's a second wind.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Good roll again.
Excellent.
All right, anything else for Tango?
That is everything.
All right. I'm coming, guys. Oh, I see the end. Almost there. And that will end Darren's turn. Over to Phalar.
All right. Sorry, before I move, looking at Simon. Goodness.
That's okay. I got a potion. Go, go, go.
Okay, if you say so. All right, I'll go back up. Where was I? 10, and then. All right, I'm with the group, I guess.
You get to the edge there, and you're immediately, it's like your lungs start expelling out this warm rot feeling. You can breathe easily. You no longer feel yourself under the effect. Anything else for Phalor?
Yeah, I think that's it.
Right. Arcus.
I'm gonna move to here and then hold my action to dimension door myself and Simon into this safe spot as soon as Simon catches up to me.
That's the 4th level spell. Are you
Okay.
sure?
I don't think you'll make it if I'm
Oh.
just rough gauging the distance.
I
I
trust
think
you.
you're gonna yeah. I'm okay with it.
Okay.
It's a very Arcus thing to do.
I know. I just feel bad, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Don't. This is what it's for. Arcus would hang back anyway to make sure everybody was clear because the necrotic damage doesn't hurt him as much. So
Okay.
he would definitely be waiting to make sure everybody got clear.
Okay. You prepare your dimension door. Simon.
Simon's gonna walk up and telekinetically shove Darren 5 feet forward, and then accept the dimension door.
You guys move up to it. Arcus, I'll say this. Your dimension door, as you get right here towards the end, it felt a little funny going through it. Almost like you had just a little bit of resistance. Not quite, but it's almost like if you had gone a little further, there might have been a problem casting that spell.
Did you catch that, Simon?
Yeah, I wonder if it's because everything's like this place is dimensionally locked.
That makes sense.
I don't know.
Come on,
I know
Darren.
that we couldn't do that to get into the city, so
Yeah. Well, it worked. Come on, Darren. Come on, big guy.
Darren's going to take just a little more damage. Not too much, because he's resistant also. And he will run up with the rest of the group. And breathe easy. All right. You guys are out of immediate peril, but you do still hear coming from the south a would you like Darren to... He is not here. I imagine he would be willing to open the door for the group. Would you like him to do so?
I was going to ask if Tango could try before Darren caught up on that last sprint.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if it doesn't work, then yes, we'll get Darren to do it.
Tango, you reach out and you you saw where Parsnip was looking. It's not that hard to find now that you know where it is, and you reach out and you touch it, and this tiniest little drop of blood comes out, and you too can kind of see it just suck into this needle, but it has no effect.
Okay. Guess you got to be a noble from here, not just any noble.
And from that, I assume you guys will have Darren attempt to open the door.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I don't know, but if you say so, he will walk up, prick his little finger on it. You see the blood kind of absorb in it, and then immediately, as a door moves over for you. And where will you end up? Give me 1 second. Let's I prepare for you all. Oops. Yep. I don't know if you guys are seeing it or not, but a lot of the times the background on the maps aren't working right. They go white on me often. Here we go. The door opens, and immediately you see the night, and you're not far from the back of a large estate. You look around, and you're on the other side of the wall at this point, and just as you're moving to step out, a figure slides in right in front of the door, the entrance, the one that you're about to walk through. You see an elf, roughly 6 feet tall, kind of gray, silverish colored clothing, thin silver chain around their neck, or actually, it was more of a gunmetal color, wearing spectacles as they appear in front of you all and say, "Oh, what have we here?" He looks over the group. "Oh, the door's closing. Come. He beckons you forward as he takes a step back, as his eyes immediately lock on Darren. He goes, "Oh, come here, boy. I assume you guys are going to step out as the door's going to start closing on you."
Yeah, Simon will step forward.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you all assumedly come out of the door, he just kind of stands back a bit, but you get the feeling like he is standing between you and being able to walk forward as he looks at the group and the doors closing behind you. He looks at a couple of you and says, "Oh, those don't belong to you. I'm going to need to put those back." As he points to the plants that you're holding.
Oh, what kind of plants are these? Because I've never seen anything like it.
Something exotic, I would say.
Well, I mean, that's why we grabbed it, because we've never seen them before. And we've been all over.
So, of course, I understand. Pretty things, yes. No, well done going through that passage, but he kind of just holds his hand out expectantly, in such a way that he's kind of like offering the area in front of him, as if to suggest that you put them down at his feet.
Can I take a clipping?
Wait, who is this guy? How do we know they're his?
Darren says, yeah, guys, this is the guy in charge of the house here, House Glare. He's like their butler and stuff.
So they're properties of that house then?
Yeah, I would think so. He looks towards Parsnip and a clipping. Very well. Feel free. You may take a leaf from it or a branch.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and with that, Simon will give him the plant or set it down in front of him. I think your passage has a zombie infestation, and we shut the door behind us, but apparently he was smarter than we anticipated, and he started coming out.
Very well, very well. It's coming out. No, no, don't worry about him. His eyes kind of flit over towards Tango as Tango kind of rolls his eyes as to what he hears. He obviously just made a note of your facial expression, but didn't respond in any way other than glancing in your direction.
So, are we good to keep going, like moving on, or?
Of course we are. Let's go, guys.
By all means, if you would please. He kind of points over to the eastern side of the estate. This is you'll find passage around the house over there. I wish you well. And she looks over to Darren and says, and again, welcome home. And you all, those of you that are closest to Darren as he's walking past this fellow, you hear the guy just very quietly in Darren's ears go, and good luck.
Does every house get its own secret passage?
He
Mr.
turns
Butler guy?
and looks at you and says, what secret passage?
Understood.
As you guys begin to kind of walk off, you can kind of look back over your shoulder and you see he's picked up his little potted plants. He puts his hand over towards the wall and you see the door start to open for him and he descends down. And again, you guys have control of your token. Kind of indicated to head over in that general direction.
Guess I'd like to dare go. Where are we headed?
We need to go to Eternal Holdings, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, guys. I know where that is, but I don't know if they're going to be open right now.
Okay. Well, if they're not open, is there an inn or a place for us to stay? Unless, because, like, my understanding is you likely don't want to go home, right?
If I do, I got to be careful. Though I'll admit, I kind of wanted to, sneak in at some point, maybe see what's going on, but I don't know.
Okay, well, this is your rodeo, buddy. We're just here along for the ride.
Do we want to go anywhere and sort of wrap our wounds and maybe have a snack or something?
That's
Quickly?
what I was kind of wondering, if there was like a place to eat, maybe an inn for us to kick our feet up, even though we paid for a really nice room.
Arcus, you get this for free, Arcus. Now it's suddenly has dawned on you as you guys are kind of having this conversation over towards the side of the house. You realize you're all still under an illusion where you all look like Remington.
So how'd that guy know?
And it's at about this time that Remington will say, "Ha ha! Thank you all, my friends. I'm going to wish you all the best of luck, and I am going to investigate this place." He drops his seeming on you all again. You no longer have that illusion on you, and he, in a kind of a dramatic fashion, seems to be sneaking off. He goes over towards like a random looking tree. You get the feeling he's going to the most random one he can, and he turns towards his little scrying sensor, and he's like, "Okay, my little Remy's, time to investigate." And he takes his mask off, puts his hand down over his face, and his appearance seems to change a bit. And you see him just kind of walking off towards the center part of the city.
Okay, well, now that Darren's not hidden, Simon's gonna ruffle. He'll take off his sun hat and put it on Darren's head and look in his bag for something to obscure his face with.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Stitch Fix.
Yeah, don't thank me yet, because I don't know what I got, buddy. What do I have? I've got a crowbar. I can just take it to his face real quick. Huh. Yeah, does anyone have anything that we can use to obscure our friend here? Because I got some lotions and a mushroom and some coral and a dagger, but I don't really have anything that can obscure him.
I mean, I can do the same thing that Remington did and scare all of us if we want.
I mean, I'm down with that.
Or I can just make Darren invisible.
Well, that
That
only
won't
lasts for about, like,
won't
what, a
last
minute or
too long.
two?
Yeah.
And knowing our luck, he'll stub his toe and become visible.
Yeah.
Well, what do y'all think?
Um, if Arcus wants to use that, I think that's a good idea, but only if we're going to go, just have a rest. Make sure we keep some strength about us. I'm still looking through my bag to see what I have. I think I've maybe got some like traveler's clothes. I've just been.
I mean, I can always just try to use it if the situation comes up. if I have time.
I'm more worried about someone seeing him from afar. And even if we have semen, right? Like that butler was able to see through the disguise that we had up.
Yeah.
So I think we need to obscure him and then cast semen on him. So that we can hide.
Stitch Fix, I don't know if I want your doing semen on me.
I said seeming.
I was gonna say.
Jesus.
Oh yeah.
Where's
Yeah,
Big D?
that's what I heard too.
Where's Big D? That's what I want.
I said seeming. Gosh dang it.
You're all just gonna cast seeming on them.
At this point, too, Darren, you see he's looking down at his hand. And he goes, guys, it's vibrating. As he holds up his a ring to you all.
Oh, is that ring that Big C gave you?
Yeah, he said it would vibrate around like chaos, and it's definitely doing some kind of vibrating now.
Okay, well, if he's on the same plane, I can try to send him a quick, hey buddy, come get your chaos thing.
Come get your chaos thing.
Listen, I'm tired. But
No, I
yeah.
love it. I think it's fantastic.
Alright, well. Okay, I'll cast semen.
Wait,
Not seeming. God bless it, sending. Alright. Hey Big C in Nebleton in the inner city, and Darren's ring is vibrating. Something fierce. I hate all of you.
Aw.
I like you.
No, I know. I'm just reading the chat.
I'm sorry. Yeah, a few seconds goes by, and you get. Yes.
Ooh, he's really excited. He was so excited that he was peeking, and I couldn't really hear him.
We'll go back, and he, in his shouting, he was supposed to say, "Yeah, I know it's vibrating. I was trying to get to you, and I found myself ending up on some freaking frozen tundra, and I'm freaking hurt here. What the hell? Where are you?"
I'll cast sending again. We're in the heart of Nebleton, a city in the north that is dimensional locked. So, only dragons can fly in. Good luck.
Yo, your stupid place that sent me flying. I don't know where I am, but I'm hurt and I don't like it. I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
Okay, well, he tried to teleport in, and Arcus, I think this is what would have happened to us had, we just moved a little bit further with that dimensional door. He's now in the frozen north and really hurt. So, yay! Darren, looks like we might be on our own. My question is, does it shake more the closer we get to your house, or...
Well, I don't
I
know.
guess-
We have to get closer. But as soon as we got through that door, it started, and I finally realized it when we, now.
Okay, and has it increased in its ferocity and vibrating? I don't know what the right word would be.
Stitch Fix, sometimes what you say makes me feel a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, I'm kind of regretting a lot of things that I've said recently.
But no, it doesn't seem to vibrate when we've walked like 50 feet in this direction. No.
Okay. Well, pretty sure possibly that chaos might be potentially tied to the people going missing.
You think so?
Possibly.
So what do you guys want to do? The the bank opens up. They have a thing called banking hours.
I bet they're never open when you need them.
Probably.
Do we want to take a break here somewhere and lick our wounds for a minute?
Yeah, I'm like on a scale of 1 to 77, I'm at a solid 10. So it would be nice. Yeah. Is there like a tea house or like a bar or a tavern or a restaurant?
I know there's some good restaurants. There's a really expensive one that I didn't even get to go to. Um, I usually just ate in my home or at the school. We might find food in the school cafeteria if we want to break in.
Do we want to go to a public place with Darren?
Yeah, that's
Or
what I
do
was kind of worried about. Before we do that, let's find a shop where I can buy a makeup kit and a mask or a helmet.
or do you want to just go sit in the park for an hour?
Yeah, we could do that too.
Or sit in the middle, since I don't know there's a park in there?
Oh yeah, guys, on the other side of my school, there's a park.
Darren, how old are you?
Oh, I think I'm like 20 or 21.
Okay.
But that could change next time you talk to me. Like if you talk to me in a week, I could be wrong.
That checks.
Okay, so your birthday's in a week. Gotcha.
So short
Well,
rest somewhere?
yeah, please. Darren, where's the best place to kind of take a quick rest? You know this place
Or
better than we do.
that's open to the public, but we can kind of lay low in.
Well, I could try to go to my friend Durig, but I don't know if his family would be okay with me showing up. They might sound the alarm. And Ithalas, he's probably not going to want us to stay hiding on their property for much longer. If he comes back, he was always really scary when I was a kid.
Yeah, I'm still not really sure how he saw through that disguise that we had. So that's something.
But I mean, it's weird. I've never had to hide in my own city before.
I mean, did you never play hide and seek?
Oh, well, yeah, but usually we played hide and seek in somebody's house.
I think we should just go to the park. Nobody can get mad at us for being there, and maybe there's not too many people around in the middle of the night.
Is it nighttime or is it daytime?
It's about an hour after sunset.
Oh, okay.
So it's about 7:30, 8 o'clock at night. As you guys kind of, I assumed you kind of were going around the side of the estate. There's a decent sized yard, and so you'd be hanging out maybe at a cluster of the trees and so forth. And you look out, and it's there's like hedges, these like hedge walls that separate this property from the next one over and so forth towards the outskirts in towards the inner city. You see this stone fence that also has a little like iron spikes on the top of it, kind of with the little loops that go across like the top of fence that go inwards a little bit, and then the iron part continues. There's a fence that you can kind of see through, and there's a gate that's on it. You're not sure if it's locked yet or not, but every so often from this distance you can look out and you see there are couples or a few people that are just kind of walking about on the street just outside of the property. There's a bit of illumination. There are street lights, ever-burning torches, essentially, that seem to dot all along that main street. You can see just right out from there, and across that street, even from where you are, you do see that there are little buildings and so forth. There's a little, apparently, some types of little shops that may or may not be open. But that's what you can see from your current vantage point.
Do any of the shops look like they would have like general goods, or is there like a clothing shop where I could find maybe like a mask or like a hood?
From this distance, it's kind of hard to tell what kind of shops that would necessarily be. You'd have to get a little bit closer towards the street to see.
Okay. Well, we gotta head towards the street anyways, right? So we can head to find a place to rest up.
That's up to you guys.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And did you cast Seeming already or no?
I haven't, but I can if we want to.
Tango, what do you think? Would it be better to cast Seeming and make us look like we belong?
I was thinking about it, and yeah, probably. Like, it was a struggle to get in here, and it kind of feels like to be in here, you're supposed to be a specific type of person. So if we are just looking like how we look right now, walking around the streets, sleeping on park benches, if anybody at all sees any of us, they're probably going to have questions.
Yeah, Arcus, I'm sorry, buddy. I know you've already burnt through a lot of your spells, but can you make us look maybe like we're students from the school? Or, well, actually, I don't know if you would know what that looked like. Yeah, if you could just make us look like we're cleaned up and hoity-toity like.
Done. No apology necessary. That's what the spell's for.
What are you going to have everyone look like? Are you going to make minor alterations, or are you just going to try to make everybody look clean with no build clothing on? Going to try to make Simon look like he's a foot taller, or keep it the same? I mean, what is it that you're going to do when you cast a spell, when you want to try to make a look for everybody?
I'm definitely going to try to take some guidance from Darren as to like what like a group of people like this would look like in the city. Probably make Simon and Nip look like more like children since they're small.
I think Parsnip's like 5 feet tall.
Oh, is he? Oh, I thought he was diamond size. Um,
I'm big for a gnome.
the big gnome. We all know you're not a gnome. You can give up the act.
Okay.
There's something funny about you. I think just nobles, like as noble as I can. Again, taking a lot of guidance from Darren, since he's the only one who's been here before.
But he's not the only noble in our group.
No.
Yeah. As Darren begins to describe it, it sounds familiar to Tango. It's very similar to what Tango would also expect maybe a group of people to look like. They're coming to visit his home or so forth, unofficial business, that sort of thing. So he's able to help as well. And in the end, Tango is probably a little better at being descriptive, as Darren's he has slightly more rose-colored glasses that he sees the world in. You're able to cast your spell, and as I was mentioning, you kind of polish everybody up, make them look like nobility. I didn't hear you say like you're going to do any major changes other than maybe make Simon look like he might be a kid. Of course, there are gnomes in the world, but it doesn't seem like you're changing races on anybody or anything like that. Cleaning them up a little bit, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I would change anybody's race or height or something is if Tango or Darren was like, yeah, this doesn't work or doesn't fit here. But other than that, I wouldn't dick with that too much.
Yeah. So you take a minute to kind of plan out what you're going to do. You hear from the quote unquote experts, and you cast your spell. You all can determine what you want to look like right now, but you are essentially in a high nobility style of clothing. This would be like high fashion, or maybe like a fairly standard clothes that would be of a fine type of silk or a similar textile that most people just maybe wouldn't have access to. A little bit of jewelry and adornment, enough that it seems appropriate without making you stand out and be flashy. So you do your best in such a way. As you guys are kind of doing this and you prepare and you had just finished your spell, you turn towards the street, but you hear the footsteps kind of coming up behind you, and it's been a couple of minutes, but you see that elf fellow walking up again. He goes, I see you're still here. Did you need something else? Is there a reason why you're just hanging out?
Oh no, we moved. I'm sorry. Is it because our token hasn't moved?
Well,
Okay.
if you go there to cast the spell, that changes things, as you will be in plain view of the street.
Gotcha. Yeah, we're just trying to get all gussied up real fast before taking a step out. And
Why do we need to explain anything to this guy?
because we're in his property of the people that he serves.
Okay, but we're leaving.
Right,
We
but we
don't
need
have
to
to tell him
get
what we're doing or where we're going. That's none of his business.
Sure, but also he could easily turn us in for what we're doing. He knows who we are. He knows where we came in. So it would be good to at least explain our intentions.
Really, I don't care. I was just curious if you needed something else. That's my place, is to ask you if you need anything while you're here on our property. I would say you're our guests.
Since you're here, I do have a question, not about your property, if feel free to answer or not. But we did hear that some disappearances were going on in the area. Do you happen to know anything about that?
Oh, we make it quite a policy not to meddle in the affairs of others here. We just simply live here.
Okay. But y'all haven't been impacted by it, though. That's what I'm trying to find out.
No, we have not been impacted by anything that we do not want to have impact us. In fact, the first thing to impact my day in quite some time is you all. I have not had a guest on the property for some time. Yes.
Are your... Is the family not here?
Oh, Master Samuel is not here right now, and none of his family are visiting. It's just me.
I see. Would you be adverse to us just using the cover provided by your foliage and trees and stuff to cast our spell, and then we can kind of get out of your way? Also, how long are they gonna be? I know this is a very awkward question to ask. Someone who, you just met come out of not a secret passage. But how long have they been gone, and do you know where they are?
I absolutely do not pry into the master's whereabouts. It is his choice as to where he comes and he goes. And his family and extended family are always welcome here and can show up at any time. They just don't happen to be here now. There's no need.
Okay. Well, do you mind if we use the cover provided by your trees and stuff real quick to put on a disguise, and then we'll be out of your hair.
Would you mind if we just hung out here for an hour?
I don't want you hanging out on my lawn for an hour. What would people think of that? If you were wishing to rest for a moment, then at the very least, please step into the parlor and relax inside. Not out here like some type of vagrant.
I mean, I'm down for that. Also,
Tango?
I do have a question. How did you tell that this was our friend Darren when he was disguised through arcane means?
He looks over at him, looks back at the group. If I'm not mistaken, that young man has lived here for most of his life. Not but a few doors down. Of course I'd be able to recognize him any time he was around.
Yeah, but he was magically disguised, so you're saying you could just see through that and tell immediately?
He just kind of gives you this grin.
Okay, keep your secrets. That's fine. Yeah, Tango, if you're okay with it, he's offering us a place to catch our breath that isn't in the view of, the local public, and we can disguise ourselves before we leave, and get on with our duties.
Stitch Fix, I don't think we should do a duty here.
Oh my god. No, not a not a body thing, buddy. Like what we're here to do, because we have to go to that the exchange, Eternal Holdings, but you said they might not be open, so I figured we would take a look around for a little bit, see if we can get a token to get in and out, and come back when they're open. Otherwise, we're gonna have to kind of loiter around the area until Eternal Holdings does open, and that might present a whole other problem.
Right. Again, the elven fellow looks at you all. So, I, forgive me, I'm at a loss. Are you going to come into the parlor, or are you going to vacate our front lawn?
Tango, would you be up for going into their parlor with us? Or would you like to vacate the front lawn?
As much as I don't like the way this gentleman has accused us of being vagrants and the welcome we received, it would be rude for us to turn down such an offer from such a prestigious family. So I kind of look at the wounds that I've sustained through getting through that wall, and yeah, let's accept and have a quick rest.
Awesome. Sir, what was your name again? Because I just know you as the nice elven fellow, and I'm pretty sure that might be slightly racist to refer you as that. So, hi, my name is Simon.
Yes, Master Simon. My name is Athelis.
All right, Mr. Thalis. Thank you so much for your kind offer and invitation. We will definitely take you up on it.
Very well. If you would please, as he tilts himself to the side, kind of ushers, puts his hand out to point you in the direction of the front door to the house. As you all start to walk in that direction, he then, he seems to walk quickly, but not run, to get ahead of you all. And he gets to the door, puts his hand on it for just a moment, turns it, and opens it up. It's a little interesting. The home is large from within. You can tell that it's large as there's space going quite a bit to the back. You see left and to the right. There's likely to be wings. The entry foyer is 3 stories tall with a grand staircase in the front. Over to the side is what is most likely the parlor that he's referring to. Several couches and so forth. One thing that you do notice, though, is it's fairly dark inside. It's actually darker inside than it is outside. There are illuminations in several places, but whether they're ever burning torches or something similar, they seem to have like this low kind of purplish color to it. So it creates almost kind of like an ambiance similar to the Underdark, but not quite as much. As he walks in and he kind of points his hand over to a side and partially bows and opens his hand up towards that parlor where there are 2 large like armchairs and 3 decent sized couches, all with this crimson colored almost like a felt, like the kind that you would crunch a little bit, with large purple piping on the edges and so forth. And over in the back corner of the room, the one thing that you will also kind of notice is the fact that there are one of those plants that you saw from down below, but what appears to be much larger. It sits about 7 feet tall, going almost up to the top with these large plumes of leaves. Welcome, Mr. Darren. I'm so glad you're here so that I don't have to roleplay you anymore. You guys have
Thank you.
successfully managed to get into the city. You're all pretty banged up, so to speak. The necrotic fumes inside took quite a toll on you guys as you were racing to get out. You have appeared just in the back of one of the estates that you are slightly familiar with, but you were met with the butler or the major domo of the Glare household, Athelis, a red-haired elf that you would know who they are. They know who you are, although you've never been inside this home up until this point now. You were all preparing to cast a spell while you were still on the property, kind of hidden, and basically taking your time. He's invited you all in as guests into the home as opposed to just hanging out inside of his front lawn. And with that, you guys have just entered into the home.
What a nice guy.
You also did just tell us before you actually joined that this guy always scared you growing up.
Oh, well, that, you can be a nice guy but look mean.
I like your decor. It's very homey. Like, reminds me of my home. But, upper class.
Yes, I will be back in a moment. With that, he leaves you all completely alone inside of this mansion in the parlor.
I don't really trust that. Where is he going?
Probably to get snacks?
Why does everybody keep calling this guy nice?
Well,
Darren?
I'm trying to think back. Am I missing something, DM?
No, I did send you messages about this particular NPC.
Yeah, I remember that. But like him being specifically nice is I don't remember that.
If the way he's interacted with the group so far isn't specifically nice. He's made it clear that he's performing his duty, his role, which is to take care of a household guest. And he doesn't really have anything against you, and he's saying instead of standing in my lawn, come inside. The other thing too, when you guys popped out of the tunnel, he more or less appeared there, beckoned you all out. And as at first you guys were walking past him, and as he did, Darren, he put his head kind of close to yours as you were walking by, and he did whisper to you, "Good luck."
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Darren would say, yes, friends, he's always appeared to be not the nicest individual, but he is nice. He's showing us hospitality, inviting us to his home, and possibly getting some food for us.
He's just doing his job.
yeah, but he didn't have to.
True. I still just I don't feel good about it. So I'm gonna kneel down, come close to the front door, and just start to try and get a little bit of a rest going, but still also trying to be alert and vigilant.
My friend Baldoria, at first I think are a bit paranoid, but after all that we've been through, I think you're very wise. We should expect the unexpected in this place. Also, he whispered to me. He said, "Good luck." I don't know what he meant by that. And Darren would be saying this like in a lower voice, like so that only the party would be able to hear.
Probably because he knows you shouldn't be here.
Yeah, that
And
was more specifically to you. Like, I guess you're gonna go to your house. Good luck.
Wait a minute. Doesn't that kind of imply that he knows more than he is letting on, even after you asked him, Simon, if he knew a little bit about the disappearances and what might be going on around here? He specifically said he tries to keep his nose out of other people's business.
Unless he was referring to the fact that he knows Darren was exiled and is back in town, and is probably referring to the fact that he's here and shouldn't be, and he knows that. I don't know.
Well, Eldoria, if you would, I think now would be a good time to call on your goddess Felicia. We're gonna need all the luck we can get here. At least I need.
You all hear this coming from a little ways down one of these large halls. Whomever chooses to kind of peer around, and you see Othello's pushing this little serving cart, and he stops. He's a little away still, and he kind of moves it back and forth, and he stops, squats down next to it, and you see he's kind of staring at one of the wheels. He gets up, walks away. 30 seconds later, he shows up, and he's got a little thing in his hand. He oils the wheel, jiggles it back and forth a bit. Seems to be all right with the fact that there's no sound. Walks away, comes back without anything in his hands, and pushes the little cart towards the room with you all. He sets it over to the side. There is a silver tray on it with a silver teapot and 6 little silver little tiny teacups on little platters, little trays, saucers, and he pours tea into each one. That steams ever so slightly, and he picks up a bowl from the tray. There's sugar cubes, and he sets it down on a little coffee table, and he goes around and offers each of you a little cup of tea.
Thank you so much, sir. I know you said you don't really pay attention to things that don't directly impact you, but this might. Do you know how we can get access to the inner city without having to use a not secret passage that may or may not exist?
This place is, it's been a bit strange of late. They don't really let anyone in unless they recognize them anymore. Everything's a visual checkpoint, so we used to be able to get many people in just by offering them one of these. And he pulls out, reaches into his pocket, and he pulls out, and he's got a coin. It's a fairly large coin, got a cutout in the middle that looks like a piece of glass inside of it, which has like a tiny little coat of arms. And Darren, you would recognize this as it's basically a pass that's able to allow somebody in and out of the city. And he's like, we would give these out to people, but unfortunately, apparently there are new laws. And so now they say they must know who you are before you're allowed to come in. So I don't have a good way for you. Sorry.
No? Asked and answered, so I appreciate you giving me the information we needed. Yeah. Darren, do you know what time that Eternal Holdings opens?
Would I know DM?
Yeah,
I think I would, right?
They have banker hours, so they open a little after sunrise and they close a little before sunset.
Okay. Yeah, he'd let Simon know, and he would say, but I mean, they try to really be on time. It is more of a professional bank, but I do remember one of the employees would maybe open up a minute later, or sometimes a minute earlier, depending on how his night went.
Okay. So now that we're in the city and we can't really get to the place we wanted to get to, what do we do? I guess is the question that I'm asking the group. Do we go to your house? Do we investigate the thing that Big C mentioned to us associated with that ring?
That's right, Darren. You came in and you noticed about a minute after you had been inside, it's like, oh yeah, my hand has been vibrating this whole time. And what you missed was that Simon did a sending to Big C, who started yelling at him about the fact that he tried to teleport you all and was flung off into what he called the icy, frozen tundra north. And he was a little pissed.
Okay. um. So we know that, or we would know, right, that this whole place is. I think you called it dimensionally locked DM.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. So he's gonna give Simon a bit of like a scared look, and he, I guess, I don't know how much I should say in front of this guy, but he's going to ask him. He's going to say, "What do you mean things have been weird as of late?"
Oh, well, I would say this place hasn't changed in a very long time. But in the last few weeks, few months, they've been putting in policies that were different from the way they've been for a very long time. As I mentioned, entrance, being able to come in and out, heightened security on the outside of the city and so forth. Just, there's a bit of unease. You can kind of feel it when you walk around.
You wouldn't happen to know who was responsible for pushing these changes through, would you?
The court and the governor.
I'm going to look at Darren. Do you know who the governor is?
Go ahead and make a history check for that. It's a very low DC, but still, I mean, unless you tell me that you were very into politics growing up, you might not know.
Sorry, my headphones cut off for just a moment. What kind of check?
Just a history check. Very low DC.
Okay, let's see. Come on. Oh, ignore the advantage.
That's fine. Like I said, low DC. The current governor is Horman Fletcher. As far as the political structure goes, he is the governor, and he would be the one that would take the advice of the court of nobles. They kind of like throw in their votes, but he's the one that gets to make the decision. Though power often lies with Olamon Smythe. He's the descendant of the founder of the city, and their family has always been the one that quote unquote has run the city. Though in the last couple of decades, he hasn't really felt like being the governor and having the full responsibility. So he opened it up to voting, and by voting, it was the nobles that put Governor Horman Fletcher in place.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so yeah, Darren would give like a quick explanation to everyone, but he'll do it because he's still not very sure if he can trust this guy. So he'll do it in kind of like a neutral way of referring to the governor. So maybe not saying, oh, he doesn't want to, more like, oh, he hasn't been able to for personal reasons. Like watching my language.
Okay. When you start to speak in a way where you maybe have like the slightest bit of hesitation in the way that you are saying things, Athalon will he'll kind of say, "Oh, hey, excuse me, I will leave you alone for a minute." And he takes the cart, and he puts like the teapot. She actually takes the entire silver tray and he sets that down on the coffee table. Takes the cart and he just kind of slowly pushes it away. It's kind of odd. It's a very spindly looking cart, and he's fairly tall and regal. And you hear him close a door off in the back, probably towards a kitchen or something else.
And DM, I had a question about this not him, but the house that he serves. How's glare? How is it seen by the other houses? Any particular way?
Like many of the others, it's very old,
Mhm.
and you see you would know that it has more visitors than others do. Um, that the visitors that oftentimes don't appear like high nobility, like you would expect. They don't have many servants at all. In fact, Athelus is about the only one that you know. And they don't really like the head of the house. He's rarely seen. Probably one of the most aloof of the people from the city.
Okay. Yeah, I was just asking to see if, I guess if they could possibly be an ally to us. Wondering, hey, are they maybe not very liked by the other houses, or are they just normal? I guess so. Okay.
It's kind of an indifferent feeling. Again, you there could be a little bit of turmoil. One house maybe doesn't like another house in general, but there's not a lot of that. There are certainly friendships and so forth. Again, this is the more aloof place, so you're not used to talking to them.
Okay. So, what do you think, my friends?
Aaron, is there any reason why we shouldn't go to your house?
Yeah, I was in a store when you do something you're not supposed to and they ban you. Kind of similar here. I don't think I'm even supposed to be here.
Well, that's okay. Yeah, you were exiled, I think, right? Like that's what the guy at the gate said.
Right?
What did you do at your house again? Is what I'm kind of asking.
Oh, if you remember, when you found that uh, monster wearing my father's face, I attacked the monster, and I didn't get very far. And he told everyone that I had attacked him.
Okay. So, should we check out this monster since we're here?
We would have to be really careful, though, my friends.
Because your ring is vibrating, and I'm wondering if it was that being that Big C was looking for.
Oh, I completely missed that, DM. Oh no. Okay. I I thought that it was um like a necklace, but no. Yeah, I forgot it was a ring entirely. That's right. Okay. Okay. Um. Yeah, Darren would say, "Oh, it might be it. In that case, we must be even more careful then."
I mean, I'm all for being careful, but there's some weird things going on here. And maybe if we can resolve some of it, you won't be banished anymore.
I hope not. Could we? Should we check out the house?
This is your rodeo, buddy. Like I said, we're just here for support.
Is there any
Alright,
reason
alright.
we shouldn't?
Yeah.
We can do it. Oh, how about friends? We do like I don't know if you've seen those like stage shows where there's like a thief and they try to sneak into a place. What if we do that? What if we do like a heist to figure out if we can find any information about this thing?
Uh,
I like the idea, but I'm also not super sneaky.
yeah. Like, our good friend Phalar has helped me recover from that pirate curse. But I'm still kind of weak. And I'm not as sneaky as I used to be.
What do you all proposing?
What if we
I mean, I
give
can
it
just burn it down.
that
True.
escalated quickly?
Well,
I'm sorry, Citrix. You said burn down my home?
I mean, is it really your home if you're not really allowed in it anymore?
Well, I'd like to go back there someday.
Well, you can always rebuild. You got money.
It's about this time that the little cart is seen being pushed in again. And Athelus has another silver plate this time. And on it, there appear to be some dry crackers. And he says, I'm sorry, it's been a while since we have entertained guests, but some accommodations for you. And as he turns and he starts pushing the cart away, and he stops for a moment by Simon, he says, you will find that this city is very difficult to damage. And he pushes the cart and kind of vanishes off into the distance.
I mean, it was mostly a joke.
Mr. Nice Guy's eavesdropping.
Well, he's a butler. Isn't that what butlers do?
On your guests?
On everyone. What else are they gonna do?
Clearly having a private conversation?
I mean, sure, we are having a private conversation in his lobby.
Simon, you're just too nice, too trusting. It's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I like you.
Yeah, I can see how it could be a problem, though. Anyways, so even though it was a joke, burning down your house is not an option.
I'll put my kindling away.
You put your what away?
Kindling.
But we can potentially sneak in. There are avenues open to us. We just need you to tell us everything you know, and whether or not you know of anything, any secret entrances that we can sneak into, or maybe what your father's old habits were as far as, like, does he take a walk in the garden? Is he on the city council? Do you have any servants or people that, you grew up with that work in your house that we can rely on?
That's actually a really good idea. I, as a player, didn't think of that. DM, could I? Is there a role do you need me to make for something like that?
No, all that information you would know.
Mhm.
You employ about a half dozen servants. They don't live in your villa. There's a couple of the buildings are basically housing for servants and such inside of here, and they would live there. As far as your father, he had his habits. Whatever you'd want to come up with are more than fine. But yeah, all of that stuff you would have access to.
Okay.
And you already know about the secret passages.
Okay, cool. So yeah, Darren would let you know that, and he would say, "Yeah, we have a. I wouldn't call it a. I guess maybe it could be a larger garden, a backyard. He used to like taking a walk through there in the evenings.
Okay. And when or was there anything of significance? Any changes? Anything new that came into your life that correlated or aligns with when your dad was replaced with a monster wearing his face?
It was all very sudden. He did tell me he had some information he wanted to tell me about a something called. Oh, how am I forgetting this? Crimson something.
Yes, you've seen the Crimson Order attempt to assassinate
Order.
Darren more than once.
Yeah,
That's
like
right.
the lady that climbed in the bed and tried to poke you. Yeah, okay. So maybe they're related.
You mean a group
Maybe,
of
yeah.
assassins that would be really good at making people go disappearing?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I had some information about that he was going to tell me, but he never did.
Okay. Do we have a means of magically scrubbing disguises off people other than dispel magic?
I do not.
You mean like soap and water?
Well, maybe if it was like magical soap and water.
You said scrubbing.
Yeah, that's fair. Asked and answered.
At this point, you guys have been kind of relaxing. Everybody gets the benefits of a short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we've probably imposed upon this person's hospitality long enough. Do you want to cast Seaman, and do you want to just kind of... Darren, should we make our way to your house, or should we explore the park or the school?
You say that out loud, Simon, and next thing you know, the elf is back in the room. He's literally seems like he's running in, and he's got a couple of cloths in his hands, and he has a look of slight concern on his face as he runs in and just stares at you all for a second. Goes, I knew you were followers of Felicia. And he just kind of stands there for a second, like expecting you to do something.
Oh, wow. Why did it do... Okay, well, there we go.
Please don't mess up the couches.
Are you expecting us to dance?
I would much appreciate if there was no bodily fluids flung around in here, if at all possible. I could give you a room for it.
Oh, oh, oh.
Oh, we're more in the adventuring phase of Felicia.
Yeah, we're close. We haven't got... Well, never mind.
He kind of... He looks a little aghast. Look, if you're... Mr. Agamir, if you're looking to get to your house, There is a guard that is posted just by the school that would stand between you and it. If you so desire, I would be more than happy to help them look a different direction so that you could get to your home. That is your ultimate goal.
Darren's gonna try and maybe give him like a handshake or something, but even if he doesn't, Darren will just say, "Thank you. I won't forget this. You're a good man, and I always liked you as a kid."
He raises an eyebrow and reaches out. He'll shake your hand.
I'm going to
He'll-
give him a platinum for his kindness, his help, his assistance, all the above.
He just kind of stands there and he looks mildly offended.
Is it not enough? I'm sorry, I was trying to be nice.
I don't need your money.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. And, was the cartwheel still squeaking, or did he get it fixed?
No, he came out. It was a bit of a comical sight seeing this guy come out and this cart squeaks and then he stops, walked away, grabbed some oil, click, 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 squirted on it, got up, put the oil away, came back, and then finished pushing the cart into you all.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, Tango Nip Simon Arc's heroic inspiration.
Is there anything you want in return?
I can give you a dagger I picked off of an assassin.
He looks at you, Simon, and just smiles with a bit of amusement. If it will make you feel better, I would happily take your assassin's dagger.
Thanks for your help, mister. Good, I give him a dagger, because I'm not going to use it.
He holds it,
Plus
looks
I
at it
had-
for a minute.
Plus, I had like 3 of them. So, there we go.
Yes. Would you like the distraction?
Yes, please.
All right. Come with me. He kind of gets up, brushes himself off. Oh, are you going to say something, Tango?
I just asked right now. Like, are we going now?
I assumed you would want to. How did you put it? Sneak under the cover of darkness?
I'm gonna share a look with the group. Like, are we ready to go now?
I mean, we can't go back. There's no way to get out of the area we're in.
Right. I wasn't saying to leave. I was just wondering if it might be possible to give us a day so that we can rest. You can start feeling a little better, Simon.
I mean, I would love that, but is there an inn nearby? I mean, we'd have to rest today and then a full night, or like wait for nightfall again, right?
As far as you know, there's no inns inside of here.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the option is to go now, then like I won't hold this back. I just was caught a little off guard. My original thought
No, I mean, I agree
was
with you, but
maybe we could get a rest and then spend a day trying to go like a social route. Maybe try and talk with some servants, see if we can learn a little more information, and then attempt a stealth thing if we needed to. But if we need to go now, we'll go now.
Your call, my friends.
I mean, where would we rest? That's the thing.
Right. wasn't aware that there wasn't inns in this inner city. I guess that kind of makes sense. But, that does change that plan. So.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure to do a little quick roll here. And okay, there we go. The elf walks over to Simon and says, you seem quite unwell. Do you need a little help?
Is this the Felicia thing?
No.
I'm not sure if I follow her. Okay. Yeah, that. I would appreciate it.
I can offer you the smallest of assistance. If you would please, little one, come with me. And he turns and he walks down a slightly different hall. It kind of goes down this dark hallway that was in a different direction than the one he was taking before.
I guess it's too late to say stranger danger, and he follows them.
He walks down this hall. It's very dark, but you can see it just fine. And he comes to a door, and he just pushes it open. There's no lock or anything on it. It just swings, and he just pushes it open, and he kind of offers for you to go in. And as you walk up, you see basically another parlor it's a little bit smaller. You just see a couple of armchairs, similar to the ones you've seen out, and another one of those red plants back behind it.
Okay. Simon will walk in.
All right, you walk in. He follows, and Tango, if you follow, that's okay. You kind of get up and look inside the door. He says, "Oh, here, please sit." And he offers you a chair, and he goes over to the plant, and he breaks off one of the large leaves on it, and his back's turned to you with it, so you don't see what he's doing, but it's as if he's taking his hand and running it down the stem, and like the leaf is being removed from it. How if you like the stem part of a leaf kind of remains, and you kind of tear the frilly parts off, so to speak. It's your best guess as to what he's doing. He kind of pulls one hand down it, and he turns around, and in his hand now he's got like crumbled up portions of the leaf, and it looks like there's like this little bit of a red residue on his hand. And he walks up and goes, I think this will help. And he just comes over and he puts his hand on your shoulder, and it feels warm for just a moment. And he closes his eyes, and it's as if he's contemplating for a few seconds. And you get essentially the same effect as one usage of Greater Restoration, and your exhaustion will come up by 1.
What does that put you at, Simon?
Give me 1 second. I can tell you. Where is my. So that'll put me at exhaustion level 1.
Okay.
Afraid that's all I can do for you. But good luck to you all. He pats you on your head, and he starts walking out.
You are literally a miracle worker, sir.
I don't think so.
I think so.
He goes to his front door and kind of opens it. And he's not impatient in any way, but it's obvious that he's opening the door for you guys so that you can start to head out.
Yeah, on our way out, Darren would like to ask him, Sir, do you believe me that when I say that I did not attack my father, that is not him?
He gives you a polite smile. We really do not pay too much attention to the affairs of the other families here. We're just happy to live here.
Darren will give him a nod and just head out the door.
You guys file out the door and head towards the street. It's 9:30ish or so at this point, close to 10 o'clock. not many people out and moving about. He holds his hand up for you, indicating for you all to stop as he turns around the corner. You all can kind of glance around, and sure enough, you see that there is, in fact, a guard, well-armored guard, out standing in front of your old school, Darren, kind of just on patrol. He's moving back and forth ever so slightly. And you will see Athelos walk up to him, and they seem to converse for just a second. And the knight turns and kind of walks in towards an alley in in the school, heading kind of towards Peters Park. And without missing a beat, Athelos puts his hand up and kind of motions you all forward or towards him.
Yeah, Simon will.
Thanks.
Yeah, Simon will follow.
You get by with this distraction without any trouble whatsoever. There aren't really any eyes on you at this point. You pass under a couple of lights, but again, you don't seem to see anybody using it, looking at you. And there is a gate out in front of the Agrimar household, but it is not locked. It's not customary for them to lock their gates. There's not much of a need to. This place is incredibly safe. You guys head on in towards the villa. Yes, no.
Welcome home, Darren.
Sorry, I thought that was a statement.
You guys enter into the villa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
welcome home, buddy.
Yeah. Sorry, DM. I thought you were loading a map and making a statement. You guys are gonna go here.
You guys step up towards this little villa, the little pond out in front of it. You see a couple of tables and so forth out in this large patio. And you are back at Darren's house. And we'll go ahead and we'll pick it up here next time.